Dating back to the late 40s, the state of Kuwait witnessed the beginning of the emergence of oil, which in turn signaled changes within the social and economic life of Kuwaiti society. Due to the dispossession and demolition of homes, Kuwait flourished and invested in the concept of a better living place, therefore launching the beginnings of modern urban planning, with the aim of improving the city and establishing various facilities within it. Then came the 50s and the 60s, further portraying hardship on Kuwaiti citizens in terms of those who seek housing availability. The harsh time periods coincided with the changes that the extended family witnessed in the Kuwaiti society as its numbers gradually decreased, leading to a noticeable increase in housing demand, and thus the beginnings of the emergence of the housing demand can be dated to the beginning of the 50s of the last century. The state of Kuwait paid considerable attention to the housing welfare of its citizens from the early 1950s by way of social welfare that the state provides, such as education, healthcare, and other services. Traveling back to the winter times of the year 1954, the government's interest was mainly focused on building housing for families who went through hardships due to the torrential rains, which has caused the demolition of several old mud houses, leaving some people homeless, sheltering in schools or designated houses provided by the then municipality. On the 26th of December 1954, the Construction Council asked the body which oversaw determining the population and urban policy at that time, resulting in them issuing a decision to build 2,000 housing units to be distributed among the beneficiaries, with the emergence of the need for a better infrastructure to include the largest proportion of the population. The government's role in the housing arena has begun. The Public Authority for Housing Welfare, or the PAHW, was established in accordance with Law 47 of the year 1993 to deliver different housing welfare alternatives for eligible citizens. The authority implements government housing policies, while its directions form an integral part of the economic and social system of the state of Kuwait. With a higher demand to increase the rate of implementation, the authority's strategy and projects introduced a much higher level of public-private interaction and partnership, encouraging real estate developers to further interact with its plans and projects. The PAWH is a public authority that acts as a corporate body with an independent budget, subject to supervision by the Minister in charge of Housing Affairs. The capital of the Public Authority for Housing Welfare mainly consists of two components: cash and in-kind. On one hand, the cash component amounts to 1,600,000,000 Kuwaiti dinars, which is under the umbrella of the Minister of Finance, as it is authorized to introduce any increases to capital in one or more payments. On the other hand, the in-kind component consists of lands currently allocated and those to be allocated in the near future for housing welfare objectives. In recognition of the vital importance of housing, the government is constantly investing in ways to achieve the highest of standards in housing allocations, which are in line with international standards, as well as the state of Kuwait's vision.
What is the future of Kuwait? It's an expertly designed airport, offering a world-class travel experience. The expansion of our healthcare sector, increasing access to high-quality facilities and services. And an infrastructure that transports people and products at a greater speed. The future. It's using new technologies in construction and intelligent roadway design to build smarter, more efficient cities that support a strong private sector and meet the demands of our growing population. We're building for the future. The future of Kuwait starts with you.
The Smart House project is a melting pot of a variety of pillars within the 2035 vision of the state of Kuwait, extending its ultra-smart, high-tech features with the ideology of sustainability and development. The Public Authority for Housing Welfare has adopted the concept of the Smart House project under its wing, as it is currently implementing it in Jabr al-Ahmed residential city as an introduction for study and research without costs. The project of the Smart House in Jabr al-Ahmed city includes in its primal stage approximately 20 smart applications, aiming to decrease dependency on non-renewable energy resources with about 40%, through deviating usage towards modern technology allowing energy to be conserved.
This idea began from our company, which is the National Technology Enterprises Company. When our group CEO, Mr. Anas Mirza, he proposed to the Public Authority for Housing Welfare to build a house for the future of Kuwait. That is a house which is a sustainable house that supports the vision of New Kuwait. Okay. So let's start from the beginning. So when we were thinking about building this house, we developed a criteria that is based on 3 pillars. When we talk about these 3 pillars, these are the 3 pillars are for the materials to be affordable, available and sustainable. When we say that it's affordable, so everyone can buy them, and also to be available, that are from either like most of the materials to be available in the market, and sustainable. You know, it supports the sustainability of the house, which reduces the energy consumption and water consumption, and also reduces the CO2 emission. We have implemented around 15 technologies in this house, starting from the photovoltaic solar systems that are in the car park and also in the rooftop. And we have also implemented the HVAC system, which is the VRF system. We have also we have in the house a grey water treatment plant, which is the first plant in a residential house. We have also the home automation systems, which is the sensors for the lighting, and dimming sensor and motion sensors for the lighting. And also we fixed water conservation tools in the toilets and in the bathrooms. And there are many technologies that are implemented. You can view them in the website and in the Instagram profile of the house.
The methodology used in the building of smart houses is merely environmentally friendly building materials with significant specifications, as well as the latest green systems that preserve the environment. The remarkably smart project includes high-efficiency technologies, energy generations, high-quality air conditioning systems, and water recycling systems. When combined together, those components truly define the eco-house, a house that helps save 40% of energy consumption and 50% of water consumption. Lowering the usage of energy consumption can benefit both the resident of the smart eco-house and the Public Authority for Housing Welfare, allowing the authority to implement this model house for future constructed houses. This will be demonstrated through installed monitoring systems for conducting a study, granting access to the Public Authority for Housing Welfare to conduct measurements of both energy and water consumption, which in turn can be beneficiary for analysis and planning for future constructed houses.
Let's talk about the solar system. The solar system, it generates around 5 to 10 kilowatt in the house. The connected load in the conventional houses, as we know that it's almost or approximately it's 100 kilowatt. When people they ask for electricity connection for their houses, they ask for around 100 kilowatt. But you know, we reduced this amount to 50 or 55 kilowatt, and we requested the MEW to connect this power to the house. And also we are, we connected the solar electricity from the plant, and that's how we reduced the electricity consumption. This home, actually, we name it House 2035, and that is aligned with the vision of New Kuwait. If you look at the vision of New Kuwait, you will see that sustainability is one of the major factors or major pillars, of this vision, and we are building this house to be aligned with this vision, and it will support this vision for now and in the future. This smart home, we think that it will be very useful, and it will be like a good case study, for the government to build this house in the future, and also for the local people, to get an ideas and to build their homes and to be a sustainable homes. This is a sample, we are studying this house. We will be running different scenarios that are, it will be running like as if a Kuwaiti family is living in this house, and we will study all the factors and effects that will affect the usage of this house, and we will be at the end we will generate reports, and we will study all the effects of this house. We reduce the electricity consumption by about 50%, and also the water consumption the same amount, and also we reduce the CO2 emissions by 33%, and that is a huge effect on the infrastructure and also on the economics of the state of Kuwait.
One of the most significant features of the smart house is that it combines authenticity, innovation, and modernism, as it was constructed in the traditional style of Kuwaiti houses, carrying in its palms the essence of the Kuwaiti architectural identity and inherited authenticity in the Kuwaiti heritage. The smart house includes several solar energy technologies and smart thermostats that monitor temperature and humidity inside the house, in addition to being equipped with motion sensors that allow air conditioning to switch on and off automatically, granting the smart house indoor air quality. The HVAC system can be customized on different temperatures in different rooms inside the eco house. At the same time, whenever the VRF system is selected, building occupants have the ability to tailor the temperature settings to their personal likings. The environmentally friendly house is also supported by wireless lighting and extinguishing systems, as well as sensors to measure CO2 at all times, with long and reliable transmission range. The panorama windows are reinforced with glass to achieve optimum conditions for light and heat, allowing the exposure of daylight in order to minimize usage of power. The smart house also embraces water-related technologies, such as the gray and black water treatment plant, water fixtures, water recycling technologies, as well as solar water heater devices, in addition to smart meters for water and electricity, and a charging point for electric vehicles. The cost of a smart house in terms of construction and technology systems introduction is much lower when compared to the construction cost of the existing traditional houses.
What is the future of Kuwait? It's an expertly designed airport, offering a world-class travel experience. The expansion of our healthcare sector, increasing access to high-quality facilities and services. And an infrastructure that transports people and products at a greater speed. The future. It's using new technologies in construction and intelligent roadway design to build smarter, more efficient cities that support a strong private sector and meet the demands of our growing population. We're building for the future. The future of Kuwait starts with you.
Moreover, on the ideology behind building the first smart and environmentally friendly city in the state of Kuwait, efforts are being made represented in the city of South Saad al-Abdullah on an area of 59 square kilometers, including 25,000 housing units scheduled to an increase of 40,000 units, in line with international standards. South Saad al-Abdullah city is aimed to be the Middle East's first development city that stands on both green and smart, embedded with solar energy systems and high-tech sensors. The smart city is considered a vital part of the country's 2035 vision, translating truth to transforming the state of Kuwait into a center among international entities and countries, as trade, finance, and tourism hub, coloring the country's dependency to include sustainable resources in the highest of standards. On this mega project, the state of Kuwait hired a South Korean consortium to build the newest smart city from scratch in a $4 billion project under the name of South Saad al-Abdullah City. The beginning of its construction saw the South Korean consortium holding a public-private partnership led by POSCOAC and Hyundai Architects and Engineers Associates Company, exporting its smart city concept, which is copied from the idea of the city of Bondang in South Korea. South Saad al-Abdullah City project carries in its essence proven concepts, which in turn serves the economic population growing demands. The ideology of this environmentally friendly smart city is based on the city's dependence on modern technology through connecting its services and roads by an internet network. The possibility of connecting the city to electrical energy through solar panels is designed in a way to avoid visual pollution through binding the city and its residents to use specific colors for its buildings. The smart city is the first of its kind to be built in the state of Kuwait. It is an urban development which will use multiple information and communication technology solutions to manage a city's assets. Smart cities not only benefit its residents, but also contribute to creating economic resources and opportunities for youth, providing environmental solutions and achieving sustainable development in line with the development plan. The construction of the city is part of Kuwait 2035 vision, which is a sustainable plan that represents the state's promising economic future in the coming years through converting Kuwait to a financial and a commercial point that attracts investments globally.